In the meantime, the UN Security Council has also been discussing the ongoing violence in Burundi. Now, there are concerns that proposed changes to the country's constitution could escalate the unrest there. Our UN correspondent Liling Tan reports from New York.
Briefing the Security Council, the UN Assistant Secretary General for Political Affairs Tebruk Zerihun described the situation in Burundi as volatile. He cited a report from the UN Human Rights Office that detailed targeted arrests, arbitrary detention, torture and ill treatment of suspected opposition members and supporters. That report from the Commission of Inquiry into the human rights situation in the country also included details about extrajudicial killings and forced disappearances, and based its assessment as well on testimony from nearly 500 people over the last 2 years. On the political situation, Zerihun also warned that the proposed lifting of presidential term limits and Presidential Pierre Nkurunziza's creation of a constitutional review commission had been denounced by the opposition, and that implementation of the proposed changes would likely lead to an escalation of the crisis. Burundi's UN ambassador Albert Shingiro defended his country and told the Security Council that his government has been working with the UN and maintained that there's no longer a political crisis in his country. He protested against the human rights assessment, saying it was a campaign against Burundi. Now, on the socio-economic and humanitarian front, the UN Assistant Secretary General Zerihun painted a grim picture, citing the International Monetary Fund's projection of a growth of 0% and an inflation rate of more than 12% this year. Severe fuel and electricity shortages and blackouts lasting days have fed an uptick in criminal activity, he said, as he urged for the international community to step up efforts to fund the UN's appeal of more than $73 million to help the people of Burundi. That appeal, he said, is only about a third funded. Liling Tan, CGTN, New York.